dome. Concrete walls, yeah, it's my home. Stockpile stacked with rations tight. Prep for the dark, we'll light the fight. Forage the woods, take what I need. Off-grid living, no time for greed. Barter goods in the shadow shade. Tactical steps in plans I've laid. Back to the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall, prepared for the fall. Yeah, prepared for it all. Generators hum, a comforting sound. Blackout nights when chaos surrounds. Seeds in jars, yeah, we're growing life. Homesteading strong in a time of strife. No high-tech wires, no web to roam. Resilience beats the world unknown. Hands in the soil, hearts in the fight. Staying ready every day, every night. Back to the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall, prepare for the fall. Yeah, prepare for it all. Prep for the dark, we'll light the fight.
For game to cast. What is this game to cast crap? All right, guys, I'm trying to set some stuff up here.
Off-grid living, no
Not sure what the hell just happened. Let me play with this a second here.
goods in
Looking
the
for game
shadow
to cast. What is
shade.
this crap?
Tactical steps in plans I've laid. Back to the bunker where the truth won't bend.
Let's see here. Hopefully, if you guys can hear me, do me a favor, give me a 5x5. I appreciate you. That way, at least I know the sound is working. My little meters, it says it's working, but that doesn't all. That's not always the case. So my alert chat box display.
For it all. Generators hum, a comforting sound. Blackout
Game
nights
capture background.
when
Why is this
chaos
game capture?
surrounds.
No, it's not even
Seeds in
close to
jars,
being
yeah,
right.
we're growing light.
I don't know what the hell this thing's doing now. I'll just make something new, I guess. Sources.
No high-tech wires, no web to roam.
Media, image, color, image, instant, widgets. No. Try to just capture screen. Video capture. No, that's not right. Damn it, Gumby. Capture, video capture. Display capture. Let's do that. Display capture. Right screen. It's new screen. Right screen. Source. Yeah, it's not the right screen. Let's see here. Let's try that one. There we go. All right, and you guys should also have sound from that desktop as well. I'm not sure what that sound would be. Let's find out what the hell. Not sure what the hell just happened. All right, why is that still playing? Oh, I know what's going on. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me get 1 second. That's latent. There we go. There we go. All right, now it's time to check the chat. Let me get out of top chat before Oops yells at me. Let's see here. Isn't technology great? Oh, it's the best. It's the best. Okay, so I decided to pop in here, guys. A little quick update for anybody in the replay crew. I'll set a time that we actually started talking here in the links. I'm going to get up and get a cup of coffee, but right now, apparently, we're in the final voting of the big beautiful bill. Will it happen? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know this procedure. You know, the on ordering previous question. Uh, you know, House Res 566. I guess that's the big beautiful bill. But they are definitely holding out. I don't know. Exactly what's happening, to be honest with you. Someone started screaming at me in the chat about when I started watching this about if this was the final bill. Stop asking. It says it right on the screen. Well, we're not all parliamentarians, and we don't understand what some of these, like the ordering on the previous question is, and we don't know what that is. So if you know what that is, put that in the chat, and we can go from there. We can all learn from everybody else's knowledge here. Before I go any further, I want to say Andy Pearson. Oops. Whammo! Number 2, Rose, you are deterred. We got Teresa's in the house, West Virginia Pappy. Who else we got here? Ohio Valley Prepping. Good to see you, bro. Bob Peters in the house. Let's see here. Rose Stoller's here. And we're gonna see. You guys are just chatting away, making it so hard for me. Now, Miko's here. What do we got? Ian showed up. There we go. There we go. And Rose is in here. All right, let's see here. You guys are just chatting up a storm. There you go. If you guys haven't checked in, make sure that you do. You know, all it does is help this. All it does is help what I'm trying to do here. And if you guys didn't know this, I've tried to move away from the political stuff on this particular channel. But I have also realized that this is something that is going to affect a lot of people. Everything from, Second Amendment stuff, arguing. I think that people need to know whether something happened or not. They shouldn't have to be waiting till the end of the day, the old 5 o'clock news thing. Um, I'm going to check my sound anyway. Let me check my live stream sound one just in case, because I would like to make sure that you're getting the appropriate sound. That's desktop sound. I want my microphone just to make sure you guys are getting the actual microphone, and you are. So perfect. All right, guys. Bar British Accreditation Agency. I gotcha. All right, so if you guys want to talk about something, do me a favor, throw it in the chat. I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee. I'll be 21 steps that way. I will pour it, and I'll move 21 steps back this way. Put something in the chat while I'm gone. Something. Excellent subject, Andy. Good job. Appreciate you, bro. Oops says they want more for illegals and for them to stay. You know what, guys? I don't. And by the way, I have these on because of the way the setup is right now, and that's about it. So I can actually hear like what they're saying over there in the Congress, so I know when to shut up. Let's see here. Ian says I came across this article. Yeah, I saw where you posted that, man. I saw where you posted it. That's absolutely crazy, but it's still a good thing too. You know what I'm saying? Because what if the cartel's bigger than that? So if you guys didn't know this, I want to say it was Florida. Ian, correct me because I literally just read it while I was in the cancer center. But 60 kids rescued, teenagers all the way down to like 9 years old. I just got the notification. That's not bad at all. But Andy says I'm here for you. Yeah, Holberger pleading guilty. Yeah, I actually have. So if I be quiet, I don't I don't know if you can hear the murmuring in the background, but I actually have the Kohlberger where he's pleading guilty right now. I have that fired up on the Sling Fox News channel, and I don't understand how that's more important than this. I don't understand it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. You guys, you guys can't even can you guys see me? I'm supposed. Hold on a minute. This is so weird. Something has happened. It's scheduled live. There it is. You guys cannot see me. It is. It is what it is. Okay. Well, it's not. I don't want to mess with the stream to be honest with you guys. So, um, I don't understand why it did this because I pushed the button to make it do that and it didn't. Okay. So, either way, the multiple things happening today. But I've got the Fox News you are not visible. Gotcha, Andy. I appreciate you. But I've got the live stream fired up over there in the corner. Oh, I know why. I know why. Hold on. Let me fix it because I know you guys love to get yourself some LP here. I don't know why, but you certainly do for some reason. What the hell have I done now? Man, now I've really screwed this thing up. All right. Now I've really screwed this thing up. I'm gonna throw you down here. All right. And I want to make this thing go away. That thing needs to be hidden. Hidden. There we go. All right. There we go. Now you guys should get yourself a dose of the old LP and this, that, and the other thing and still be able to hear stuff. When I basically it's a technical thing. I had to create something, and when I created it, so that you could see the screen that I'm looking at, it caused it. There was issues. There was a few issues. What in the hell did I just do? Anyway, okay, so got to see that beard. Well, I got to trim this thing. This thing is out of control, man. Out of control. But like I said, I've got the Fox News on the old command center PC over there, just in case they break and like we're not picking up like what they're throwing down over here on this side. But yeah, there's a lot of uh, let's go back to the Florida thing. 60 kids rescued, 8 adults. I think it's 8 adults arrested. One of the kids is like 16 years old and pregnant by one of the traffickers. So this is a great win for humanity. But one of the reasons it may not be on the TVs yet right now is because they don't want the larger cartels to know that it's actually happened. And so if Fox, MSNBC, CNBC, whatever is CDNC isn't spewing this, then they're still happy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're trying to like get more information out of these 8 people so that they could find this wider uh, uh, scheme to take care of these kids. And then on the obviously what you guys are looking at right there, that is um, our Congress in action. It's back in the House. Okay, so they're voting in some way, shape, or form. What this really means, I could not tell you, and I couldn't tell you because their protocols are so crazy. So I'm going to try and do this. Maybe I can. No, I want to do. No, I want. Why is this thing being such a BIPCH? I just want to get my hands on my streaming software, which is kind of seems to be like permanently attached to my desktop. It's a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing. Um, my Ohio Valley Preppy says, my guess is Epstein Island is still going strong. That could be a very real thing, bro. That could be a very real thing. And the reason is because if so it's very logical to think that um this whole Epstein thing was um nefarious individuals, not for their own personal gain. Obviously, they were being enriched, but somebody had to give them the money to make all this happen. And that money just didn't come out of thin air unless people unless it's involving people who can make money come out of thin air. So hint, hint, you know, and then you lure them in with all of this great, grandiose, lustful stuff, and then you make sure that you get leverage on these people so that you can control it. That's the only reason. That's the only reason. I'm not buying for a second that Epstein and his girlfriend, were like, "Hey, let's just bang as many kids as we can," or and hey, this is fun, so we get people to pay for this, man. You know, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying the juice is not worth the squeeze on that one between the owning a private island and the infrastructure response necessary to run it, and you know the money that you to personally buy it, person to person advertise or talk about this, the time that has to be invested, the airplanes, the flights, the personal vehicles. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about lots and lots, and we're talking about oodles. No, we're talking about buttloads of money that had to be spent to maintain that operation. Okay. So, it's yeah, there's some nefarious dark underworld type stuff there that probably even the those people trying to take over the world every day are going, wow, that's some deep shit right there. By the way, also, guys, I figured out I would push this out on X as well. So if you're over there on X and I have not said hi to you, that's because I cannot see your chats. I have to look at a specific thing, and it doesn't always tell me the things that I want to see. I still don't know why this is still like jammed up in. I can't even explain it. I can't even explain it. But see here, multiple islands and nations. There you go. That's a thing. And let's see, what do we got over here? What do we got over here? Epstein and Giswell were Mossad ops with CIA handlers. Yeah, that's very possible. That's very possible. I mean, unless you can give me some kind of proof, you know what you know what I'm saying, that isn't internet related, like come to my house and show me pictures of them doing it. It's only a really good thought. It's a possibility. A plain prepper, and I don't recognize you, Broseph. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's see. Mossad and CIA all the same. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It's them dang Russians. Somebody said something about Iranian hackers. What's that about? I haven't heard anything about Iranian hackers. I've been kind of busy with the girlfriend and her affinity for cancer, and kind of dealing with that on a daily basis. I can tell you, Rose, if you're in here, I think you're in here. I am drinking my hot coffee. I am drinking my 180-degree coffee, thanks to you, my friend. Thanks to you. Rose says too many teachers are being caught behind because of child endangerments, seduction, both male and female teachers. I believe it. We have a serious problem in our in academia. And these because these teachers have been allowed to kind of do whatever the hell they want to do for a long period of time. They've been basically going unchecked, and it's all it takes is like one dirty teacher to one day decide they don't want to teach anymore. They now want to go into administration, so they become an administrator. They're a vice principal, they're a counselor, they're a principal. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you know, they're on the board. And then, and now they're literally like just allowing stuff to happen because they personally believe that it's okay. And that's a problem. It's a good problem. Hey, Debbie, good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see here. Plain Pepper says Trump's aides emails to be released by Iranian hackers. Ah, I'll believe it when I see it. Say, listen, man, anybody who, and this is not like an attack on you, bro, okay? Because I don't know you from a hole in the wall. Anytime somebody says they're going to give information out, um, that should always be taken with a grain of salt. You should always be very subjective about it. You should always do your own research. And facts are facts. This isn't the day of letterhead where something was on letterhead, so that means it came from the office, no matter who, how, what it was obtained, it became official, right? Well, now X is the way they get things out, and oh, but they're going to release Iranian hackers got emails, right? Well, why didn't they just get the vice president's emails or the Department of State or you know what I'm saying? It's like what so their staffers, they got their staffers' emails. Like, okay, yay. All right, yeah, go take the trash out, man. But and I'm not diminishing what you said, bro. What I'm saying is that I take everything with a grain of salt because it is very, very easy. I in a former life, we'll just say I've seen this. It's very easy to create to create documents that link to each other that are codified and both digitally stamped. It's very easy to manipulate stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's crazy. So I would take stuff like that with a grain of salt. This is right up there with sources. That whole sources thing is all it's all bunk. It's like, okay, so my sources tell me that everybody in the live stream right now is wearing a pink shirt. If you're wearing a pink shirt, put a one in the chat. If you are not, put a zero in the chat. Let's see how good my sources are. Let's have fun with it. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people to be cautious of those things because it's not that great. It's not that great. And you know what? I don't know if I can adjust my camera right now. I really want to adjust my camera. Um, doing a lot of clicking over here. Enter webcam. Let me see. I don't know if I can get into the properties and adjust that or not. I can try though, because I feel like I want to make myself a little closer. Oh, look, I can do it. Let's see if it blows up. Let's see if I make this thing explode. I may just destroy the whole live stream trying to make this adjustment. I'm not sure. And apply and say okay. And let's go back to the live stream. And okay, yeah, there we go. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. Is skin pink? Ah, come on. I said shirt. You're not wearing a skin shirt. So, oops, I got one. So my sources are correct. One person said they're wearing a pink shirt. You know what I'm saying? Even if you are lying to me, you know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Link does really easy with the corrupt. Okay. Never say you're gonna just do it. Epstein guilty, but not Diddy. Yeah, I saw Diddy kind of got away with a few things, but here's the thing. Once again, like, how does this affect our lives? It doesn't. So who cares? And here's why. Because the laws are written in very specific ways, and to have violated or be found guilty of a specific law means that you must have met the challenges that were in with that law. So if it said that you had to have been in this place, there's one check. And it says you had to find the DNA, there's one check. And then if it says you had to have been wearing a pink shirt, somebody had to see you wearing that pink shirt, and they can't prove that, then someone is not guilty of that particular crime. And that's the way it really works. Come on, everyone wears pink shirts every day. I lied. Of course you did. Of course you did. Oops. You have a track record. You're a liar. All right. So looking at what's going on over there in the Congress, is the sound up? This thing? Yeah, it's up. It's up. Um, the it looks like we've got a lot of nays, and I don't know why, but it's weird. I think that this is like a procedural vote or Why did it go to new? What's going on here? All right, there we go. I feel like this is like some kind of procedural vote. All right, so Diddy case is BS. You know what I think? I think that the Diddy case is exactly the same as the Epstein case. And I think that you know, listen, man, the guy didn't come up with a Harvard degree. You know what I'm saying? He came up hard. He came up through the streets. He made his way into the music industry. He did all the stuff. He made lots and lots of great business decisions. The big decision he screwed up with was he decided to go in and start doing some nefarious stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Oh, I'm a liar. You're a big fat liar. Oops. Except when you tell me the truth, like, are you in Top Chat? Damn it, Gumby. That's where Diddy made his mistake, and I think Epstein's time. I think Epstein just got caught, and someone was going to out him, and they were going to. Oh, they took the vote away. They took the vote numbers away. So we're going to find something out here in a second. What I can tell you is that traditionally the Speaker of the House would be in charge of this particular vote. I think we're about to hear something. No one seems to be freaking out over anything, and they're all just still doing lots of talking. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see here shortly. Um, with all that said, guys, I'm gonna have to pull chocks and leave here probably just before 3 p.m. The reason is because today is the girlfriend is getting some IV stuff over at the cancer center, and she is going to be she's in the recovery phase right now. She had some bad stuff going on over the last week, and so now they're pumping her with potassium and what is it? Potassium and magnesium to kind of raise her up because her appetite is like crap and she's not eating well. So we got trying to keep her alive. That's my job, to keep her alive. So let's see here. Rose says, need to control the ever increasing cry for Sharia law. Can we deport them if they feel the need? Why didn't they just man up or did it our home instead of coming here? You know, so there's a lot to be said about um, Islam. Okay. And one of the biggest things you have to remember is that Islam intentionally mixes religion or belief system and government. Okay, they are entangled. They cannot be untangled. There's no version of true Islam. If you've read the Quran, then you know that they cannot be untangled. One is inherently part of the other. That's how they control. Okay. When they talk about Sharia law, that's what they're really doing. Now, I think Rose, I'm not sure if you put that down in the members only Discord this morning about the Sharia law thing in Texas and things like that, because my brain is just bleh right now. But anyway, so these people that come to our country and do not want to assimilate to our way, in one side of the coin, they're just looking for a better life. A better life is no one's trying to kill them, but these diehard fundamentalist Islamic people or Muslims, okay, they want to live their life a certain way, and whether we like it or not, that is the American way. As long as they are not breaking our laws, they are not hurting people, and they're not trying to pretend that what because they came to our country where the rule of law does apply. We are a nation of laws. To my Muslim friends, you need to understand this. They will never be allowed to create places where Sharia law is more than U.S. law, federal law, county laws, state law, municipal law. It's never going to happen, okay? Because the second a municipality, a county, a state, or the federal government allows that to happen, then they will have allowed, okay? They will allowed all of those laws to um, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word when you say that the law is no good anymore and they quit enforcing it? There's a word for it, and it is completely like if you know what it is, put it in the chat. It's completely like popping out. It's not popping in my brain. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, I did. It also happened in Michigan. Yeah, but that thing that happened in Michigan got squashed really crass. There's a huge difference between Sharia law and people praying 5 times a day, and the Muslim call to prayer being put. That is not Sharia law. Okay, Sharia law is, oh, by the way, you stole from my market, and now I'm chopping off your pinky or your hand. That's Sharia law. Okay, that is beating your children. That is beating your wife. That is, basically kidnapping your children and not allowing them outside of the house. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that they cannot do here because we are a rule of laws. Obsolete's not the answer. Nullify. The answer is nullify. So when there's a law, right, and the citizenry decides this law is stupid, we're not going to follow it, and they start to technically break that law, okay, and then law enforcement or the legal authorities do not enforce that law on the people, that is a form of nullification. All right. And the biggest example of this, it happened in North Carolina during Biden's, the beginning of Biden's is his first year. And they were pushing a lot, they were letting the lefty do a lot of crazy things, and North Carolina started writing some of these very, very ultra liberal progressive gun laws. And so people just said no. And they literally got their ARs, their AKs, their pistols, and they just walked up onto it had something to do with not allowing long guns on state property. And they literally just like walked up and just like stood, like a couple hundred of them just stood there fully armed, and nothing happened. Why? Because the people stood up. It was peaceful, and even though that they were asked to leave, they did not leave. But the state knew that that would be really dumb to try and, because all you really need is just a little spark to set something like that off, right? And so that nullified that law instantaneously. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're attempting to do, and but that won't work. Let's see here. Man, this chat is slow on it. Well, sometimes people just listen. Sometimes people are just listening to me talk, and it is lunchtime, and they're probably trying to cough down some ramen noodles or eat their ho-hos or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? I may be on somebody's computer work desk right now. You know what I'm saying? And they're doing everything. They're doing their work, but they're listening to me in the background. Let's see here. Rose says, no, the dismembered deaths of two American cousins and the disfigurement of another were Sharia law, even though no one said. Uh, you know, Rose, I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong, but I would tell you that there were more. The police were more likely, although it did happen. There were some things that did happen, right? That those people were more than likely held accountable. So I'm not going to believe that the dismemberment of two American cities on U.S. soil because of Sharia law faced no ramifications. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it because I'm sure that at some point, like a family member would be like, "Okay, time to lock and load. Let's go hunting." You know what I'm saying? But that's crazy. All right, so we're looking at the Congress right here, and that's how 1776 started by the first by the first gun shop. Gotcha, bro. Exactly. They wanted to everybody to put all their guns in the armory. You know what I'm saying? And then the ones that they did, they told them they couldn't have them. That's how it happened. That first gun shop, those darn gun shops, those damn 2A people are always causing problems, man. I don't know what to do. If you guys haven't seen I had a video that dropped at noon today. So first and foremost, I am not an affiliate. I'm simply endorsing the product. They did send it to me. It is a freaking awesome, awesome product. And right now they're doing pre-sales of the product, and it's a little bitty flashlight. It's a little bitty clip-on flashlight that if you were to buy it from like Olight, it would be like somewhere between 60 and $100. Oh, they just gaveled. Let's see what's happening. Are you serious? 212, 212. On the microphone, guy. That's crazy. Life the light video. Life. Yeah, the light video that I'm talking about. Little flashlight. There's the box right here. Actually, I could take it out, but that's the actual box right there. These things are freaking awesome, dude. Matter of fact, you know what? I'm gonna look it up right now just to make sure I'm not full of crap while they're doing their tappity tap stuff right there. I'm gonna go to Amazon, and we're gonna go with Olight. Come on now, work. Let me see if I can find. All right, so there's their Olight their competitor, Olight competitor. $39 for this little EDC flashlight. I would say that it's about the same, except it's got a laser on it. So it's $40, right? And they're selling theirs for like $16. And the frickin' thing is awesome. The frickin' thing is awesome. Oh, here we go.
On this vote, the yeas are 214, the nays are 212. The previous question is ordered. The question is on adoption of the amendment offered by the gentlelady from North Carolina, Ms. Fox. Those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. Pin the chair, the ayes have it. The amendment, gentleman from Massachusetts.
I ask for a recorded vote.
A recorded vote is requested.
Of course.
Those favoring a recorded vote will rise. Sufficient number having risen, a recorded vote is ordered. Members will record their votes by electronic device. This is a 5-minute vote.
Okay. So I'm not sure what just happened, but obviously it didn't go through. Fox of North Carolina, the amendment on agreeing to the amendment. I think one of the things we need to be very aware of is the fact that they could literally start, well, there's an amendment, so that means that the bill has changed, and that means it's got to go back to the Senate now. You know what I'm saying? $16 has a lifetime warranty like Olight. I do not know. But I have a problem with lifetime warranties, okay? Unless I've actually like seen them work. You know what I'm saying? It's like whenever you go to Walmart and you buy any electronic product, they want you to give like a warrant. And it's like, would you like a 2-year warranty on this? And you're like, no, dude, it's a freaking printer. It's going to break in 2 years. I don't need a warranty. You know what I'm saying? But a 2-year warranty or a lifetime warranty. Let me see if I can find that link. Let me see, because that was never talked about. So I'm going to assume that the answer is no. Okay, but I think the magic is that if I can buy 2 of these for the price of one Olight, and let's face it, what are we really going to do with the laser, guys? Something in the chat that you do with the laser other than play with your cat. Okay. This is a freaking awesome little freaking device. I really do like that it has the flood and the focused capability. I love that it has a true color LED lens on it, dude, like I've already bought like 3 of these things. Not a joke. I'm not super happy about the colors. I think they come in green, orange, and black, but it charges in low time, in a short period of time, yeah. It's durable, and it's got a magnetic back on it, so you can click it to metal. It's trying to stick to this microphone, but I'm trying to find something. Everything I have out here is aluminum. There we go. You know, it's got a magnetic back on it. You know, I mean, I don't know if it gets any better than that. It's crazy. This is an awesome little light. I'm going to stage these things all over the place. You can hang it on stuff. It's got a good clip on it. It's got a good grab on it. It's got plastic. I'm not plastic, but rubber clamps on the back of it. I really love it. Now, I make no money by talking about this. Just so you know, I've made 0 money. What I got for making this video and talking about this product was this product. That's it. This one stupid product. So just an FYI, you know what I'm saying? But if you have a chance to watch that video, it goes into better detail on the specs of the light. And if I didn't like this so much, I'd be giving it away. Matter of fact, I'm going to give away an Olight. I'm going to give away an Olight. Not right now. We're gonna do that during a live stream. I'm gonna give away this one. I'm gonna give away this Olight right here. Boom. I'm gonna give that Olight away. So if you guys are interested in that, put a 1 in the chat. That way it builds. You help me and I help you, and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? I've already got another Olight over there that I'm gonna keep. Let's see here. Oh, it's trying to be the O clip. Laugh out loud. Why do you say that? Why are you talking trash about a product you've never touched? Why EDC explained? Why wouldn't you be like, oh, that could be revolutionary. That could work. Okay. Why would you do that? You know, I started this whole channel 5 years ago because of people telling me about gear that you had to have or you die. You got to have the best. Guys, listen, unless it's medical or it's a Freedom Seed launcher, you don't have to have the most expensive piece of gear out there. Okay, you just don't. It's just that easy, you know. O-Light clip has a spotlight, floodlight, and red. O clip has a spotlight, flood, and UV. Okay, that's great. That's great. And this has the spotlight. This has a floodlight. This has UV, and this has 20 different colors that you can assign it to. And I didn't play with it. I don't have any interest in doing that. Red, blue beacon, true red light. If you don't know anything about night vision, that means that you won't go night vision blind. When you use this light, you can use it to read maps. You know what I'm saying? You know, I get it if you love the O light. Uh, just meant the form. Oh, I got you. Okay, so I'll take it down a notch. I apologize. I just don't like when people talk bad about a product that one they've never ever seen before. They've got zero specs on. They don't know anybody who's ever touched it. I mean, if you know anybody who's touched this product other than me, let me know in the chat. I'd love to have a conversation with them. But these are all on pre-order, so they're 45% off. That's the big thing. You know what I'm saying? Gators with freaking lasers. No, it's sharks with laser beams. Um, but it's just an awesome little product. And like I said, I make no money off of saying this, and I've ordered two more of these things. So anyway, I'll be giving away this old light. I got to figure out when I should give this old light away. I've been kind of distracted with the girlfriend and stuff like that, you know. Let's see here. That would be like cloud defensive. Forget that. Gotcha. Well, they got a few new votes this morning. It was 181 to 209. Yeah, well, no, well, this is on an amendment. They haven't actually got up. It was actually what'd you got? Well, it was a 213 to 213 or something like that, or 212. Mutant frickin' sharks. Exactly. Exactly. But I've got some products that I've got to do. I found this company, and they've actually sent me. So one of the things that they don't that like nobody ever talks about is like, is there a plan? Is there a plan for your family to come and stay with you during an emergency? If you've got that plan, put a one in the chat. I'm kind of curious. If you do not, put a zero in the chat. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. There we go. Now I'm asking this question. I'm asking this. Tammy Bruce giving a press briefing on what? What's Tammy Bruce giving a press briefing on? West Virginia, Pappy. Um, Maybe we can cut over to that while they do these 5-minute votes that take like 30 minutes to get done. But a lot of times people don't have plans for people to come stay with them, you know, and then they start thinking about like, well, okay, so if Granny has to come here, that means I need freaking so many more calories, you know, per day per person, that kind of thing, right? And the what was it? But they don't think about like where these people are going to sleep. And I was like, okay, so maybe we buy some cots, right? I started looking at the cot storage and where we're going to set them up and different parts that are involved in them. And I've actually got a couple of cots that only set like this far off the ground. But when you start talking about people staying with you, you're either going to be like on the ground, like we're going to create the pillow fort or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The cushions from the couch are now a bed, that kind of crap, right? Or you're going to have like full up beds, or you're going to have a cot for them. So I found this company that has this mattress that you blow. It's a blow up mattress, but they actually provide the device to blow it up. Okay, and it's very, very. It looks like something like. It's so hard to explain. It's not like your traditional blow up mattress, like you went camping, right? It's for a single person. It's almost like a super thick version. Maybe it's like that thick, but you blow it up, right? Um, for people to sleep on. And I was like, you know what? If these things are cost effective and they can actually like you can control the space, but I mean, how many times have you got on one of these blow up mattresses and you end up like all cockeyed? You know what I'm saying? You wake up and your head is off of it, or half your body's off it, or whatever it may be. And they're designed for camping. But I'm always thinking about the thermal value because some of these mattresses, blow up mattresses that you buy, have very, very low thermal ratings. So you are getting off the ground, and if you were like in a cold environment, but the cold is still going right through it because there's no thermal rating on it, right? And so this one's got a reasonable thermal rating on it, and it's almost like gel. It's like a gel blow up mattress. You know what I'm saying? So I need to do that video. I've got that over there. I've also got a 72-hour survival kit. It's probably the best ones I've ever seen. It's designed for like hikers, to like it's like you just clip it to your pack, and it was designed. You remember that guy that fell down the crevice and like got his arm wedged and he had to cut his arm off with a frickin' a pocket knife. It was designed after that, to like, hey, I had to cut my arm off because I knew I was going to die. I could only stay down here a few days, right? This is- this thing was designed with those thoughts in mind. I think it's got and it's got good gear in it. It's like surprising. So basically, if you buy shit from China, you get these little survival kits, right? And you're like, oh, it's a 102-piece survival kit. Well, it's got lots of pieces, so it must be good, right? But then you open it up and it's like all the same stuff that, 12-year-old Xing Shang, you know, made for you and stuffed into a tactical bag so that and put a little like medical Velcro thing on it, right? And somehow it's going to save your life when it's actually all total crap. But anyway, so this kit is not that. Is not that. This has food in it. It's got basically a real survival food brick in it. It's got actual water inside of it. It's got a real knife, a real fixed blade knife in it. It's got a real compass in it. It's got a real blanket or a survival shelter inside of it. It's pretty awesome stuff. So I owe you guys those videos. But between the taking care of the girlfriend and the weather not really making things great for me to go out into the wilderness and make these videos. Um, it's been a little tricky. It's been a little tricky. I'm trying to think, what else do I got over there I need to make a video on? I've got some really kick-ass backpacks I'm supposed to make some videos on. I've still got the Berna self-defense unit that I've got to make a video for you guys on. So the videos are not lacking. They're just kind of piling up because real life is kicking my ass. So let's see here. I'm gonna go to the chat where we got Mutant Frickin' Sharks, Tammy Bruce. Where's West Virginia? West Virginia Pappy. There we go. Just Aberdeen for foreign aid distribution and the fourth and taking questions. Okay. Um, Miko says UV lights are good specialties in hotel rooms. You can check the sheets, make sure nobody is pissed. That's on it first. Yeah, I mean they come in handy. They come in handy. Let's see here. Bradley says I missed the question. The question I was asking Bradley was, um, when you start talking about people coming to your house to stay for emergencies, like maybe it's a hurricane, maybe like there's some magical bad thing has happened and now you've got to, find a place for 12 kids, that kind of thing. I was talking about a mattress that I found that I owe you guys a video on. It's pretty cool. Miko says, step one, survival. He's a sponsor of step one, survival. He's a sponsor of them too. Okay, I've never heard of step one survival. So let's see here. He says, I work in the jail, so UV is fun. I know, right? Do you have to like go in there every time you clean one of these cells out to like check and make sure that the cleaning lady sanitize things? I know you have some sanitation issues in jails that you have to take care of, almost like hospitals. Let's see here. Berna is fire. I know, dude. I love this thing. I wish I could. Every time I want to show it, it's on. You can't do anything on a live stream. Even though it's not a firearm, some twinkle is going to frickin' some twinkle snowflake is going to be like, you know what I'm saying? And so I try not to. YouTube lets me use their trash for free, so I try to follow their rules. But I do owe you guys a video on that because I wanted to do one of the videos I have not seen anybody for Burnham make, or should I say make realistically, is the use of the device inside a home or apartment. And the reason I wanted to do that was because now that I don't live, well, permanently live, should I say, out on a property. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm in a very large apartment. That the idea is that my girlfriend is not really onto firearms. They scare the crap out of her. I've had her shoot several different firearms after she agreed to do it. She did it and she handed it back to me and she said thank you and she walked away. You know what I'm saying? She did not get like a gun boner, because she's like, wow, where's this been all my life? That did not happen. So when I had the opportunity to work with Berna, and they sent me a bunch of stuff. They got me the pop-up target. I got everything. There we go. There's the CS rounds right there. You know what I'm saying? So I owe them that video and I owe you guys that video, but I wanted to do it inside. I wanted to try and use her as one of the actors to show women that they could actually use this device. So it's not just me like, oh, see how easy it is to use. I just want it to be as realistic as possible, but I'm coming to the realization that that's probably not going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to make it as best I can. Not as good as I could possibly make it, but as best I can. And I think it's honestly, I know, listen, there are women out there that are afraid of firearms. And the other thing that a lot of people never think about, they're like, if they come into my house, I'm just going to blam. You know what I'm saying? Well, listen, once you pull that trigger, you're in a different world once you pull that trigger, regardless if you were right, wrong, whether you followed all the rules or not, you're in a different world. Okay. But when you pull the trigger on that burner, none of those rules apply. You know what I'm saying? None of those rules like, oh, by the way, I just killed someone. None of those things apply. It's a less than lethal. I would call it a non-lethal weapon, but it's technically a less than lethal weapon because the getting shot with these things is no joke. It's absolutely no joke, you know. And then, it's like, okay, so you pull the trigger and a lot of times you pull the trigger in stressful situations, you miss a lot. A lot. When I used to shoot at people. Hint, hint, we missed a lot and we were pros at it. So it happens, right? Um, and so if you're going to miss a lot, where did all those projectiles go? Where do they fly to? What do they fly past? What do they fly through? What was your backstop? You know what I'm saying? Were there any people back there? You know what I'm saying? So with the burner, you don't really have that problem, you know? Let's see. Hero says need to use care with the Coleman wide air mattress on a frame. Have been intent next to one when theirs broke down. Oh, that sucks. Let's see here. Step one survival is amazing. It's not AI, is it? Because I'm so tired. Keep getting, it's like people keep watching these stupid ass AI videos where it's just like B-roll that's playing in the background. And I make videos all the time, so I know what I'm talking about, right? It's just B-roll playing in the background that has something to do with the person or AI voice saying, reading a script that you've created or that it's created itself. And it's perfectly timed to create entertainment. And people just keep watching these things over and over and over. And I'm just like, what are you getting out of this? You get this video, this AI video that looks really good, it sounds really good, and the voice is actually set to be appealing, and very humanistic. And it's like it's like you're pissing away 10 to 15 minutes of your life watching this video that teaches you nothing. And it's just mind blowing. And some of these channels have 30, 40, $50,000 or 50,000 subscribers. And I'm just like, how are these people so stupid? You know what I'm saying? Now step one is legit. His wife is a nurse. Uh, just did a bedside gun video. Depends on the state. I got you. I uploaded the burner video on Rumble to prevent shadow banning on YouTube. Gotcha. Yeah, and I haven't really had a problem with shadow banning on YouTube in the last year. Um, what I've found, I hate to say this, but what I found is since I monetized, YouTube wants to show my video to as many people as possible. Is that happening? Nah, not really, because the algorithm is always going to just show people the stuff that the algorithm thinks they might want to watch. You know what I'm saying? But it's Rumble is definitely a an alternative. I do put videos on Rumble as well. I normally will have my videos that I make over here on YouTube. We'll go over to Rumble like the next day, that kind of thing. Let me see. Step one. What are you calling it? Step one survival. Step one survival. Copy. I'm gonna take a look at step one survival while we wait for these dipsticks to frickin' do something. I may actually have to shut this live stream down. You know, not because of bad things, but because I'm just out of time. Step one survival. Okay, step one survival. All right, let's see here. How
Welcome
long
back
is
to
the?
SOS. I'm Staff Sergeant Badass, and today,
Oh yeah, this is the guy with all the crap on his wall. Yeah, I remember this guy. Let's see here. How long have they been? Yeah, they've been around like forever, man. 2014. That's way before me. That's like 2, 3 years before me. I think it's hilarious though, because they only have 910 videos, but they got 159,000 subscribers. You know, it's like, okay, so what are they doing? What are they doing? And he's got a Semper Fi on there, so he's a former Marine. That's great. Yeah, but guns. I see a lot of guns. That's what I'm seeing. Guns and knives. Let's see. Get the upper hand. How to beat people up. Self-defense with the AR-15. Guns, crossbows. Yeah, I can see why they have a lot of followers. Yeah, it makes sense. People love that crap. They absolutely love that crap. Let's see. We got one step on canning. That's nice. That's nice. Reloading. Okay. Archery. He's got a pretty good playlist set up. More sippy cup, huh? Okay. Shorts, guns, e-bikes. Yeah, this is a gadget channel. This is a gadget channel, but I see some teaching happening here too. So I think I like it. I think I like them. I think I'm probably subscribed to these people. No, I'm not. I'm gonna subscribe right now. Boom, and click that bell. And I don't subscribe to a lot of people. So he better be good, EDC, or I'm going to come find you. I'm going to come find you so hard on the YouTubes. Oh man. Oh man, what a day. What a day. Let's see. What's my screen look like here? 36 viewers. All right, so we did all of that. We did all of that stuff. I'm trying to think here. I'm trying to think here. You know what? I'm going to push a button. We're going to try something while we're waiting for these morons to figure out what they're doing. Let me see if this button works right here. You know what? I need to go over here first. I need to go over here to my Gmail because there's something we got to talk about. Let's see here. Jackery, SRF order report. Don't know what that is. It's more junk mail. Refuge medical. Okay. All right. Let's see here. All right. Let's see here. I'm going to push a button. Let's pay some bills since I'm here. Let's pay some bills since I'm here. Let me see if this actually worked. Okay, so it looks like it actually worked. Guys, obviously we got Refuge Medical on the screen right there, and the reason is because they are the best medical supply and training company. Technically, if you ask TJ, they're a training company, okay? And that's where their push is. I'm seeing more and more of that, and I'm all about it. If you guys aren't getting some training from Refuge Medical, you are making a serious mistake. If you have received some training from them, put something in the chat so I know how cool you are. So basically, they're sending out emails to different people about Independence Day. Now, Independence Day can be pretty freaking dangerous, and it's right around the corner. So this is going to mean, barbecues and fireworks, and unfortunately, a spike in emergency room visits. It's just that easy, burns, lacerations, eye trauma. They're some of the most common injuries this time of year. But they don't have to catch you off guard. Now, if you guys take a look, they're actually running a deal right now for the bleed prevention kit and free eye injury set bundle. Not a joke. If you buy a BPK, the bleed prevention kit, he's going to give you a free eye injury set. Now, let me make sure we're getting this right. Okay, so I don't see a fancy code, so that means it's automatic, which means my code may work with it as well and chop the price down even more. Can't promise you that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But the reality if it's free, it's for me. And the bleed prevention kit it is not a joke. I have owned one myself. I've done videos on them. They are not a joke, guys. They are full of the stuff. When they start with cat tourniquet, okay, you know what I'm saying? Then and not the Chinese crap, then it's going to be a good kit. So with that said, guys, as usual, be adults, spend your money as you see fit. And yes, try and save some money using that code. Yeah, I make 32 cents every time you spend $500. And yeah, so it's a big win-win for me, right? Anyway, anyway, if you're going to go get your medical gear or your medical training, and I do recommend the Stop the Bleed webinar that they do, I think once a month. I think they have one coming up on the 7th, I believe. Check their website. Um, that's where you can really save some money using my code, not a joke, because that's $100 class. It's $99. All right, guys, that's going to be about it. Let me go back to watching the screen. All right, so we should be back, and we're back into this. We are back into this. Let me go check the chat here real quick. Let's see here. Yep, that's him. Step one survival is a Marine retired. He lives in Tennessee. There you go. He's a badass Marine. Yeah, most Marines are. Dude, I'm a retired Marine, 20 years. So it's really difficult for anybody to tell me how badass a Marine is. Miko says he's also on Patreon too. Goes into detail. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'm not really a fan of Patreon anymore. If you guys know, I used to have a Patreon channel, but I think it's really difficult for me to at some point you're going to be giving your money to the liberal agenda, whether we like it or not. They're just too big. But I think we can also choose, and Patreon has some issues, and they kind of make things clunky and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Ian? Good. No problem, man. No problem. But yeah, that's why I had to get rid of my Patreon, and I went over to the YouTubes. They're like, well, YouTube takes like 60% of your money. That's not true. That's not true. It's like 30 to 35%. But the platform is robust, which is why I'm here. And it's funny too, because if you go over to my Rumble channel, uh, it's not monetized at all. And I found out that Rumble was putting commercials on my channel when people are watching, and they're like not telling me at all. I sent a message to the legal department and said, listen, if you guys are going to monetize my channel, let's monetize my channel, and stop putting commercials on my channel. I got nothing back. Then I found out if you want to get your channel monetized on Rumble, you have to like I want to say it's like you got to like put like 5 videos a week for like 21 days, like for 3 weeks. It's like, okay, so you want me to make a video every single day for 21 days just to prove my wealth to you, to prove my value to you. And I was like, yeah, well, that'll happen when it happens. So I was like, no. Let's see. Looks like Diddy Combs found guilty on 2 of the 5 charges. So he's going to get whatever he gets. All right, looking over at the Congress side, looks like we're once again at almost a tie, 211 to 212. So the Republicans might actually pull off the Fox amendment, which I don't know what that is. You have to really be watching these things forever to get to be able to follow what the hell is going on, what is going on. All right, so with that said, guys, if you want to talk about something that's preparedness related or government related or whatever it may be, let me know in the chat, and we can go forward with that. I know most of you are just listening to me at work, and I appreciate you because you had to watch like a 1 minute freaking stupid video game commercial. But you know the magic thing about me, for those people that do not know, I do not put mid-rolls in my live streams, and I try never to allow a mid-roll in my regular videos. If it's just an uploaded video, there will be no mid-roll. So you don't have to play that stupid ass game where you're trying to get your steps in and you have to like play with your phone every 5 minutes. I hate that crap. Now YouTube will sneak them in there on me. It happens. But on my during my live streams, there are no mid-rolls. And during my regular videos, like uploaded videos, there are no mid-rolls. I hate those things. Even though YouTube told me you could increase your income by 20% if you do mid-rolls. And I'm like, whatever. I hate them. So let's see here. Found guilty on 2 weakest charge. That's what I heard. Rose says, one of my badass Marines has gone from being a nuclear engineer to translating the Bible in Bangladesh. Wow, that's interesting. EDC says, I'll tell you one of the best products I've had a company send me to test/testing, unpaid, just item is how I do it as well. The scrubber. I never heard the scrubber. What's the scrubber? What's the scrubber? Look your ass up, EDC. You're talking about testing and all this other trash. So you've got a channel. You're being all sneaky and shit. Let's see here. YouTube. Where are we at here? EDC Explained. I'm going to go find this freaking channel. EDC Explained. EDC Explained. You know what? Filters? Channel. Channel. There we go. EDC Explained. EDC Explained. Hey, EDC, is it, there's a couple in here. EDC Explained. Is it just you in a boonie hat with a beard? Is that you, man? Your source for reviews on all things prepping, survival, or camping related. You look up Scuba Tactical. Not being sneaky, I haven't uploaded good content in a minute. Well, I'm going to surprise. I'm going to look at your shit and I'm going to subscribe. I'm subscribing, man. I'm subscribing right now. There you go. But now I'm looking for what? I'm looking for Scuba Tactical. Scuba Tactical. Okay. Crubba. Scuba Tactical. Let's see here. Scuba. Nothing's coming up. Don't buy Scuba Tactical wash bag before watching this video. Oh, tactical wash bag. Is that what that is? It's a tactical wash bag. Portable washing machine for the field. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Australian SAS. Oh, there we go. I found Scruba. They have their own website. They have their own, like, scrub.
Imagine the freedom if you had a pocket-sized washing machine that you could take everywhere. You could pack less and clean clothes anywhere.
Can you guys hear that sound?
Now, imagine if that same washing machine was helping to keep places like this pristine. Introducing the Scrubber Wash Bag Untouched. Undyed and unbleached.
I gotta mute this, guys.
The patented washboard in a bag design features hundreds of resilient nobules that can wash clothes fast. It's the modern version of the old-fashioned washboard. Whether in a hotel room, the great outdoors, or at home, simply add water and biodegradable cleaning liquid, seal the bag, deflate and rub the clothes against the washboard for 30 seconds to 3 minutes. It is twice as effective as hand washing and on par with a washing machine performance. Discard the water away from the water source, then rinse the clothes and hang to dry. The Scrubber Wash Bag Untouched is water-saving, electricity-free, and designed to preserve.
Wait. Like so this is a waterproof bag we're putting our stuff in.
Like this.
What's the magic to this?
Washboard in a bag design features hundreds of resilient nobules that can wash clothes fast. It's the modern version of the old-fashioned washboard. Whether in a hotel room, the great outdoors, or at home, simply
can you
add
see water to wash our clothes? It's not the worst thing that's ever happened.
Seal the bag, deflate and rub the clothes against the washboard for 30 seconds to 3 minutes. It is twice as effective as hand washing and on par with a washing machine performance.
Okay.
Discard the water away from the water source, then rinse the clothes and hang to dry. The Scrubber Wash Bag Untouched is water-saving, electricity
not bad.
and
it's not a bad thing.
Places like this for future generations. The Scrubber Wash Bag Untouched is the undyed and unbleached version of the original Scrubber Wash Bag.
Gotta save the planet with those dyes. Okay.
240,000 travelers pack less, wash clothes anywhere, and save money. It is no wonder the media consider the Scrubber Wash Bag to be a travel must-have. Each Scrubber Wash Bag saves on average 1,000 litres of water and 7.5 kilograms of carbon each year, with over 240,000 Scrubber
Well, yeah, I mean, because, what just happened? Something just made a noise. So much noise just got made. Somebody just joined my channel. I don't know what just happened. But yeah, no, it is something that a lot of people overlook, as part of sanitation. It's like when you start doing the deep dive on preparedness, like how do you get from point A to surviving? You know what I'm saying? And I think that people do kind of forget those things. Um, it's not, I think it's not a bad product. It's not a bad product. I wonder what the price on it is. I bet I can get it on, I wonder if I can get it on Amazon. These people are still, their vote has been over like forever. So we've got 212 on the nays. People are still talking stuff over. Um, you know what? I can't do that over here. I can't do that over here. Let's see here. See what we got here. Scrubber. All right, it's $55. It's $55 on Amazon. Doesn't matter what color. You can get it in green. You can get the save the world no color. It's like we got black and we got some tan color. We got a smaller version for $41. They've got one with lots of freaking like colors and stuff on it. Yeah, but I think it's an interesting product. I think it's an interesting product. But yeah, you're right. A lot of it is, being able to just continue on. You know what I'm saying? Because at some point, a lot of people don't think about it. So all these, it's funny too, because a lot of the people that like the whole, I'm going to go into the woods and survive, until the apocalypse is over, and then pop out when I'm done because I'm that freaking cool. It's like, I don't know if clothes wear out really, really fast in the bush. They really do. They're exposed to the elements all the frickin' time. Our clothes, we buy them, we wear them, we wash them 100 million times, and then sooner or later we outgrow them or they fall apart. But they get really beaten up in the out in the bush, and so I don't think people are thinking about that when they start talking about how they're going to go into the woods and survive. With knobs to agitate the clothes and soap. It's something many people overlook. Wash clothes while hiking in waterproof bag. That's a thought, but I'll be honest with you, it's not really. I don't really see the agitation necessary to clean clothes because you put them in a bag that has knobs. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a good idea, but I think that you're going to have to stop and use it. EDC. For me, I use it at gym mainly, laugh out loud, but my sweaty gym clothes right into it. There you go. There you go. Passive things like trying to teach people to hang a solar charger on their bag, exposed to the sun while moving. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea, but those panels pretty much suck. All those flexible panels are not that great. They work. I'm not going to say they don't work. All I'm going to say is if your survival depends on this thing that's hanging from your pack, yeah. And by the way, you got those solar panels take about 16 hours to charge a battery. And what people forget is those solar panels were designed to recharge lower end batteries. Things. Anybody remember when you used to have like 240 amps? Batteries, these little bitty bricks. You know what I'm saying? Now you get something that size, and it's like 10,000 milliamps. And so recharging a battery that can hold things lots and lots of juice takes more time, especially when you have this tiny little thing hanging off your pack. Um, Most people can't even run 5 miles, but to think they'll be ramble. It's true. Let's see here. I use Goal Zero on Anchor panels. Comments blocked. YouTube, the dude is at work. Is at work. I don't know anything about comments being blocked. I'm in live chat right now. Oops. So I'm gonna go with you've done something wrong again. Yeah. There's no one's blocking anything, bro. I got one mod in here. I know Rose doesn't have time to be blocking people, so. Let's see here. Yeah, definitely just enough to get an emergency text call out. My Goal Zero has served me well, but I'm in the Midwest where, yeah, exactly, exactly. I always thought that was funny too when I was planning to do the Appalachian Trail. Um, you start to like look at like what everybody else did, looking for best practices. And what you found out was is that people like they have drop boxes along the trail in different places. A lot of hiking um, uh, businesses that are just like it's like you drop off the trail into like this little town, and they have these boxes outside for all free stuff where hikers just threw stuff in they didn't want to carry around. They're full of books, they're full of batteries, they're full of all the gadgets, and the further along you go on the trail, from south to north, um, the more expensive stuff is dropped inside these boxes. But a lot of them they'll carry just enough batteries to like do some kind of emergency thing, and that's it. That's it. Their cell phones aren't even on unless they're navigating with them, and that's a rarity, you know. Uh, I said lib mutual. Oh, it's crazy. Um, Let's see here. Mohegan family attorney reacts to the plea deal. Yeah, the families are not happy because of this plea deal. You know, where he admitted he did it, but they're never going to get the closure that they want. They want this guy. They want the trial to explain everything, and that's not going to happen. And you know, they probably want this guy's head, but that's not gonna happen either. He just took a plea deal. He will have life in prison. So. Um, let's see here. Struck from the record I am. Well, this is a personal problem for you. You have a track record. You know what I'm saying, man? Something like that is where I love clip-on lights like the one you had or the O clip. Exactly. You know, it's just an amazing piece of technology. It really is. You know, I mean, it's a light. It only needs to do certain things. It's that easy. It's absolutely that easy. Now, I do like the O lights. You know, I've got so here. This is part of my EDC when I'm wearing pants. You know what I'm saying? This goes on my left hip. And you know, like I said, I've got you know light trigger warning. You know, and I like them. I really do like them. But they're very expensive, and I don't know why because they're not any better than any other flashlight. They just happen to have a laser on them. But you know, it is what it is. But this is so people are like, do you carry a pocket knife or a fixed blade knife? No, normally I don't with my EDC. I have this one right here. It's called a Maird. There's other companies that make it out there, but this is actually the best company. And this is an interesting one because it's got the clip, so I can just wear it in my pocket, but it's thicker than a regular pocket knife. But it's got some interesting stuff. So for the pocket knife, it's just this kind of weird blade. You can open it with one finger, but I kind of stopped because I didn't want to chop my finger off. And then it's just held together with a spring. And then on the other side, it's actually got like some baby trauma shears. And these things work. Listen, I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah, they're actually very tight, very strong. And it's just held in with a spring. And then on the what's interesting is this locking mechanism. So if I pull out, I've got where are we at here? We got two different kind of saws. And if you don't know why you need two different saws, then you don't know. And then obviously a can opener, multi-tool, that kind of thing. But to lock, it locks. It's got a button on the back to unlock it. You push that button and it unlocks it. But this is an interesting little tool. It's made by Maird. And it's actually got a glass breaker that will actually work, not a cheap Chinese glass breaker. But that's actually part of my my EDC when I'm not wearing shorts. Oh, let's see here. Let's see here. I said Appalachian Trail, struck from the record, something like that is where I love clip-on lights. Damn Emus and Jose. I use them when I ruck or run at night for visibility. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because you can clip on it. You can just clip them on. That one actually has a strobe on it, or I just run the red light. The Arcfield Ultra is my EDC ATM. I love the form factor. Yeah, it's pretty good piece of gear. So no pants at the moment. Where's Poobah hat? Dude, you got to pay for Poobah. Poobah might go away if people quit paying. No Poobah. No Poobah for you. Let's see here. But yeah, I'm wearing shorts, dude. I live in shorts. I absolutely live in shorts. Even during the winter. And then I'll just put like sweatpants over my shorts. So But if I go out in pants, then I have that EDC kit. All right, hold on. So apparently, we're not going to find out what happens on this channel with the Fox, North Carolina amendment because I got to go pick up the girlfriend from the cancer center. I want to thank you guys for hanging out here. Do me a favor, make sure that you put your put that thumbs up down as you're going out the door. It's greatly appreciated. It's free and it's good for me. And hopefully, I'll be able to do another live stream sometime this week. Stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you. And thanks for hanging out, new guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'll be here. Bye bye.